Welcome back from the Big A. It's the Angels and the Yankees tonight, brought to you in beautiful high definition by Time Warner Cable. And we're here at Angel Stadium. The New York Yankees coming to bat against Ervin Santana in the top of the first. And the guy with the most hits ever in a Yankee uniform is the leadoff man, Jeter. Then Damon and Sarah. That's what they used to call him around here sometimes. Mark Teixeira hits third, A-Rod fourth, Matsui and Posada after that, then Cano, Swisher, and Gardner the bottom third to face Santana.
And Ervin Santana, the key, we talk about it so often, the tempo. The fastball, yeah, it's not 95 to 97, but it's been pretty firm of late. 93, 94, slider's been better. Look for that good tilt on that slider, curveball, and a changeup. Above all, Dirk Jeter's had a lot of success against Ervin Santana. You got to pitch him inside above the belt.
Defensively for the Angels, Rivera, Hunter, and Abreu in the outfield, left to right. Then Figgins, Ibar, Torres, and Morales in the infield. And tonight it's Jeff Mathis behind the dish, catching Ervin Santana.
You got Meister Torres playing second base again tonight. Very good range, turns a double play as well as anybody in that position there at second base. Soft hands, important for a pitcher to have that confidence in his middle infielders to make those plays, don't give up that extra out in an inning.
Well, Howie Kendrick not playing tonight after a couple of big offensive nights, and what a view right down the line.
That is unbelievable. If you're a fan sitting there, you get a perfect view. See how Jeter with that inside-out swing, too. You get that good view from that spot to be able to see that swing.
Last night, Jeter hit the first pitch of the game for a base hit right back up the middle. We'll see if he swings at it tonight. He sure did, but he came up empty.
Well, you better get that bat going quickly at a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. It's a good sink.
Strike two to Jeter. He glances back at C.B. Buckner, calling balls and strikes tonight. Strikes. A three-pitch strikeout for Santana.
Well, that was an excellent sequence of pitches for Ervin Santana against a guy who's hit 474 against him in his career. A slider off the outside corner. You got plenty of wiggle room here to be able to throw that one off the plate ahead of the count 0-2. And Howard's exploit showed that good mechanics out in front. Allows him to have that break on that slider. And nice job by Mathis to be able to block that too in the dirt.
Johnny Damon batting for the Yankees. It's a manageable 78 degrees at game time here at the Big A tonight. Warm all around Southern California, but a very pleasant evening for baseball tonight at Angel Stadium. Damon pops one into shallow left center field. That'll drop in there for a base hit. One out single for Damon, leaves Ervin shaking his head.
Most times you see a ball that's flared into the outfield, it's going to be on a pitch that's elevated into the zone. There's a fastball on the inside part of the plate. They want it on the outside corner, which Johnny has a tough time with. The ball ran over the middle of the plate towards the inner half, and he flared it in.
Here's Teixeira, Tex hitting .290. 37 home runs. Strike one with a fastball.
Johnny with 10 stolen bases, Ervin ahead of the count. Chance at a pitch out if they think he's going to be going.
Santana backs off the mound. Last night, the Yankees, with runners on base, went 0 for 12. Teixeira rips one into right field for a hit. Damon's going first to third. And the Yankees have runners at first and third with one out in the first inning.
Like last night against Joe Saunders, the Yankees came out swinging, but the defense picked them up. Howard Zekmo showed he is a back leg hitter, shifts all his weight to the backside, and has more of an uppercut swing, particularly from the left side. You see he was able to do so and center that up.
Here is A-Rod.
Now the complete opposite, Rory. He's more of a front side hitter. He hits off his front leg. Teixeira hits off his back leg.
Even in Little League, you remember your coach telling you, step into the ball. So how do you become a back leg hitter?
Well, he's always had that better balance, Teixeira, from just keeping the weight shifting it back.
A-Rod takes one up high, ball one.
But A-Rod goes with that swing. You throw, we call it throw the handle first and then go through with the bat head. Front side type hitter. Teixeira loads up on the backside to be able to get lift and hit the home run.
One and one to A-Rod. Santana in a first inning jam. Good pitch. And A-Rod flailing away at that one. Strike two.
Good sliders for Urban against A-Rod, who's looking for a fastball to be able to drive. A-Rod has hit into 13 double plays. Not running quite as well coming back from that hip surgery. Now there's a couple sliders in a row off the plate. Coming right back in. See if he can get him to swing at that pitch. Swing and miss at it.
He got him. In this inning, Santana has struck out Jeter and A-Rod. He has to get through Matsui to get through the inning.
Great pitch on the outside part of the plate. That slider so far today for Urban has been great. Howard's replay shows the key for any kind of breaking pitch is getting out inside on that front leg. So that allows your shoulder to stay intact, not flying open, and burying that slider in the dirt.
Hideki Matsui, a pinch hit home run in last night's game. '27th of the year overall. The Yankees with Damon at third, Teixeira at first. One ball, one strike to Matsui. 13 pitches, 11 strikes for Urban Santana.
Early in this game, Urban's throwing a lot of sliders. It's been a good one for him so far. Yankees certainly identified as a team that loves to hit the fastball. Again, usually pitchers start off early, establishing the fastball, then working into your secondary pitches. But so far, obviously, Urban had a good slider working in the bullpen. Now coming back with the fastball.
3-1 to Matsui. There is an open base. It's second base at the moment with Posada on deck. Three and one to Matsui, who could be swinging for the fences here if he sees a fastball he likes. Didn't get it. 3-2.
Well, you made a good point, Rory. He was thinking fastball. He was going to let that one go, but the slider down and in. Once you make that commitment as a hitter, there's no stopping the bat.
Full count to Matsui.
Now 3-2 after a couple sliders. If it's a bad swing, see what Urban comes with now. Now just wants him to try that slider once again, down and in.
And that's what he threw him, but he walked him. Bases loaded with 2 outs for the Yankees in the top of the first, and Posada coming up. So the Yankees have Damon at third, Teixeira at second, and Matsui at first base. Santana a first inning jam, and an early crisis to the ball game for Irvin.
Well, there's always a point in the game in which a pitcher has to make some quality pitches to keep their team in the game, and this is early on already for Irvin, and a tough hitter in Jorge Posada. 21 home runs on the season, 77 ribbies. So he can hit the ball well, even the other way.
Off-speed pitch for a strike. He started him with a slider. You think part of the reason for that, Gooby, is that he had a good one warming up?
There's no question. Usually, like I said, usually you establish your fastball, then work in later your secondary pitches. But clearly that slider was working effectively for him down in the bullpen.
1 ball, 1 strike to Jorge Posada.
Now like Joe Saunders looking in on his fellow starter.
2-1. Big pitch coming to a patient hitter right here. And Posada hits a soft liner to left. It'll be caught by Rivera, and the Yankees leave them loaded in the top of the first. Followed by Vladdy, Hunter, and Morales. The bottom third tonight, Juan Rivera, Eric Ibar, and Jeff Mathis facing the right-hander, Chad Godin. They've probably seen him more in an Oakland uniform than anything else.
He's got a 3-3 career mark against the Halos. 5-10 overall record with the Padres and the Yankees. Angels early in the year, when he's a member of the Padres, they hit him around pretty good. 3 innings pitched, 8 earned runs. Fastball, 89 to 92 with some sink. Curveball, very good slider, and a changeup that he uses as a split finger. Very good defensively on the mound, and does a good job of containing the running game.
In the outfield, Damon, Gardner, and Swisher, with A-Rod, Jeter, Cano, and Tex in the infield. That's a very good infield, obviously. And Jorge Posada catching Chad Godin.
Well, I think when you look at the Yankees, they're going to put some pressure on A-Rod down there at third base. You got Eric Ibar, Sean Figgins, Meister Stores, guys that lay down the bunt, force him in, take him out of his comfort zone.
Figgins hitting .296. Sean's hit 4 home runs and driven in 50 runs, in addition to leading the league in walks and runs scored. Pop fly, center field. Brett Gardner. 1 out. Meiser is tourist coming up.
It's that great angle we have here at the Big A. Camera angles, see the whole field. A lot of angel red here.
Ball 1. Two balls, no strikes to Meiser is tourist. One thing about Meiser, Howie Kendrick has made Mike Scioscia's decision a little tougher again every night as to who will play second. Howie's been playing very well.
Boy, he's been hitting the ball exceptionally well, hitting over 380 since his recall.
Meiser hits a high fly ball into right field. And Nick Swisher back a couple of steps, 2 down.
Then you look at Meiser hitting .294 with some outstanding defense at second base. Tough decision, but it's a decision any manager would love to have to make.
Well, Mike knows he has 2 great ones. You really can't go wrong with either guy.
Boy, since July 4th. Seeing the ball so well, hitting it up the middle, 373.
Bobby Abreu takes ball 1. It's amazing how hot the Kansas City Royals have been. Tonight they're beating the Red Sox 5-0 in the 8th inning.
Zach Greinke on the hill, I think, for the Royals again tonight.
Yes.
Trying to get his ERA maybe in the 1s.
Line drive center field. Gardner makes a sliding catch. Good play by Brett Gardner, taking a possible base hit away from Bobby Abreu. And the Angels on this play are gone in order.
Well, he had a great jump on that head first slide. It gets by him. It's at least a triple.
She's allowed in. It's okay. Kurt Russell, no doubt, rooting vociferously for the Angels.
No question. He's escaped from New York, so now he's just hanging out here in L.A.
Escaped from New York and went right to Anaheim. Robbie Cano rips one into the alley in right center field. It's a leadoff double for Robinson Cano. First pitch swinging.
Boy, Robinson Cano, good swing. As most left-handers like, that pitch down and in. That fastball had cut action on it, ran over the inside part of the plate, and he was able to get the bat head out and drive that for a double.
Santana got out of a bases loaded jam in the first. Now a leadoff double here in the second. And Nick Swisher, who I think everybody in the ballpark would have sworn had hit the ball over the fence in the ninth inning last night, only to have it caught by Reggie Willits, now batting.
Well, we saw Derek Jeter in New York punt in the first and second no-out situation. Here with a man on second, Nick Swisher with 27 home runs on the year, up there bunting.
Here's the play by Willits last night. When that ball was hit, Gooby, I think just about everybody thought it was a home run, except Reggie. He went back and caught it.
Well, Reggie made some nice plays. He was involved in 3 plays there in the ninth inning as a defensive replacement coming in the pinch run for Juan Rivera. Bottom of the 8th inning.
1-2 to Swisher.
Swisher is 4 for 25 in his career against Urban Santana. That's a 160 batting average. Swinging over top of that slider.
Two balls, 2 strikes. It has not been easy early on for Santana, although he did get 2 strikeouts in the first inning. Jeter and A-Rod.
See Robinson Cano keeping an eye on Eric Ibar. Ibar will throw to daylight play as the pickoff at second.
And down on strikes goes Swisher. 3rd strikeout for Irvin. Fans, the Angels are bringing back the ultimate hat, the Angels military style hat. This Friday, receive a free Angels military style hat courtesy of Autotrader.com, the ultimate automotive marketplace for Angel fans. This black hat has a distressed bill with Angels Club lettering across the front. Get your tickets at AngelsBaseball.com. Friday, the military hat is back in black, which also happens to be the name of one of your favorite CDs.
AC/DC.
Strike 1 to Brett Gardner.
Well, that fastball looks even more firm when you throw that slider at 82 and you go back in the outside corner at 95 with little tail action. The key for there's some of his fastballs today have been cutting back on left. He's got to stay on top of that pitch and work downhill.
Good block, Mathis. Cano still at second base.
Brett Gardner was involved in that victory against the Angels, that 1-game series when he stole third base and the throw got away from Sean Figgins. They were able to score that double steal. A lot of speed.
Two and two now to Gardner, who laid off a pretty tough slider right there. Ground ball to the right side. And his tourist points up the hole. 2 down. Cano moves over to third base. And Santana will face Jeter. He struck him out last inning.
The thing I noticed about the Yankees so far in these first 2 games, swinging a lot of first pitches. Generally, a club that's been known to be very patient. You always like as a pitcher when a team's up there hacking that first pitch, because then you can expand the zone, maybe go a baseball off the corner to be able to get an easy out.
Oh, 0-1 to Derek Jeter. Derek is hitting .330. 17 home runs, 64 runs batted in. Trying to pick up Cano from third with 2 out. 2-1 to Jeter. Is this the toughest out in the Yankee order in your mind?
Just because he has a tremendous ability to put the ball in play. Even when you make a quality pitch, he puts the ball in play against you, so it's dangerous. He has a great inside-out swing. Very good down and in on the fastball. He is susceptible to fastball, like A-Rod is, above the belt inside. But it's a difficult pitch to get to that spot. If you make a mistake, that's the one he will drive in the alley. Slow curveballs, he can hit out of the ballpark.
If he gets on, Johnny Damon waiting. And it's 3-1 to Jeter.
Again, you have an open base. Even though Johnny Damon is a left-handed batter, I would be throwing him a slider here, 3-1, to see if he'll go after it.
Santana does that and gets strike 2. Jeter fishing for what would have been ball 4.
Well, he's thinking fastball. Exactly why you throw that slider in that spot. The ability to throw your secondary pitch in fastball counts allows you to be successful at this level.
And for the second time tonight, Santana strikes Jeter out. The Yankees leave a runner at third base. Still no score heading to the bottom of the second.
Well, that's a great slider again. Nice block by Mathis also.
of the second inning at the Big A. And Vlad Guerrero up there at the plate for the Angels.
Vlad hits good and pretty good too. 389 with 3 home runs in 18 at bats.
Vlad now hitting over 300, 301. And it's 2-0 to Guerrero. 15 home runs, 46 runs batted in. The Angels enter tonight's play with their magic number at 6 as Vladdy grounds one to Cano. And tonight, Texas is trailing 2-0 in the second inning in Oakland.
If Texas happens to lose that game, the Yankees clinch a playoff spot, regardless of the outcome.
Right. If that happens, Scooby, do we see any kind of a celebration from the Yankees?
Yeah, I was curious to think about that one. I think with the Yankees, they're all about world championships. I think most times they do high fives and things like that, get to the postseason, but I think they're all about, and it's always been that way. Girardi knows that as a player for this Yankee club. It's all about the championships, 26 of them.
0-1 to Torrey Hunter.
But for me, get to the postseason, yes, you celebrate as a team that accomplishment.
High chopper to A-Rod. 2 down. Kendry Morales coming up. Like Matsui, Kendry hit his first ever pinch hit home run last night.
Well, it was nice to see that smile on his face again. He's been struggling.
It sure was.
It was the day before, 4 strikeouts.
And his first home run of the month last night, number 31 on the season.
Well, that thing was launched, too. We're talking about a perfect swing. He's been trying to pull a lot, but that pitch was on the inner half. Weaver said, hey, that was so good of a swing, I'll take your helmet and put it back in the bat rack for you.
1-1 to Kendry Morales. The Angels with 12 games left in the regular season. That counts this one. So 11 after tonight. 1-2 to Kendry. Tomorrow a day game. So after tomorrow afternoon, it'll be down to the final 10 of the regular season.
It's hard to believe. You can almost still remember the way the club was hitting out of spring training, the numbers they were putting up. You know, you're down to your last 10 games, and what you work for so hard in spring training is getting close to being the reality, getting to the postseason.
Kendry bounces one foul down to Alfredo Griffin.
Oh, we see that first 58 games, 29 and 29. The runs per game, the home runs, but the last 92, boy, they've been crushing the ball there. 6 runs a game in the home runs.
When you're 29 and 29, you really have to go to end up at 90 and 60 after 150, but that's where the Angels are.
Boy, we could remember doing that game down there in Tampa. They looked bad.
Yes.
Offensively, on the mound, they weren't making plays in the field. Mike Scioscia had that meeting, and all of a sudden, they started taking off. They ended up playing the NL West there for a while. They got their bats going, and they continued on.
1-2 to Kendry. A little line drive into left field that'll drop in front of Johnny Damon. It's a single for Kendry Morales, who went the opposite way there, Gooby.
So many times where we talked about the ability for Kenny to go the other way when he's swinging the bat well. Well, we started this month of September just struggling, trying to pull everything. This time, a great pitch by Chad Godin on the outside part of the plate and down, yet he went with the pitch and hits it in the left field for a base. And look at his ability to be able to keep the hands back long enough. Even though the front hip was open, he trusted his hands, able to fight it off and get a base hit out of it.
Not trying to pull it and not trying to hit it out of the ballpark.
Routine ground ball to second if he does.
Here's Juan Rivera. One ball, one strike to Rivera. That single by Morales was the first hit Godin has given up tonight. Ooh, he went around there, according to the first base umpire, Mike Everett.
Well, you have a sneaking suspicion he's going to ring him up there when he starts moving his way around to make sure you can see him. And he did. Tried to hold up. Mike Everett said, nope, you went.
That's a good point.
He was boxing around. He says, hey, Mr. DeShera, can you move out of the way?
When the umpire starts walking toward you so you can see him better and has not given the safe sign, you know you're in trouble.
Always liked it when a first base umpire or a third base umpire in a check swing would ring up the batter.
Yeah, I bet you did.
Yeah. It never bothered me at all. I had to say, sir, I don't think he swung.
You never said that.
No, no.
1-2 to Rivera. Two balls, two strikes to Juan. Rivera hitting .291 this season. Swing and a miss at a good breaking ball, and Rivera strikes out to end the second. We are through 2 innings. No score from the Big A. September 23rd and 24th at the Pechanga Resort in Temecula. Spectators are welcome, so come out and see your favorite celebrities from TV, sports, music. For more details on the tournament, visit am830.net. Golf proceeds benefit the Angels Baseball Foundation. And guess who's here? Roger Lodge.
How great is this, guys? How cool is this? Angel Stadium, the Yankees are in town. Damon fly ball to the left. Rivera's going to put that away for out number one. Or is he, Rory?
I'll be back next inning.
But, guys, how great is it here at the stadium? When the Yanks are in town, it looks different. It sounds different. There's something. Everyone wants to be at the top of their game when the Yanks are in town.
And the Angels play them so well, too. This will be, they've already won 4 in a row so far this season.
Exactly.
And, of course, you can always boo a few Yankees. It's customary to do so.
That's exactly right. They're not booing. They're yelling Gooby because they're all looking up here at the booth right now, boys.
Yep, you're right. They just caught a glimpse of Gooby and immediately started screaming his name out.
Hey, by the way, nice promo. The first ever AM 830 Celebrity Golf Tournament. Are you kidding me? We have Academy Award winners. We've got Carlos Mencia. We got Don Cheadle. We've got Bill Engvall. It's going to be a lot of fun out at the Journey at Pechanga. Doesn't get any better than the first ever AM 830 Celebrity Golf Tournament.
I understand the host of the Sports Lodge will also be there.
Yes, I hear that he is there along with Rex Hudler.
Really?
It doesn't get any better than these two hosts.
Oh, there's no question about that.
It's a 1-2 combination. It's kind of like Frazier and Barnett back in the old days with the Knicks.
Very similar. Yep, it's been compared to that by just about everybody. Tex with a one-out single.
Gooby and Saberhagen back in the day.
There you go, the dynamic duo.
That's it, man.
So you going out to play?
I'm going to play a little bit. It's just a great thing.
Play a little bit.
I'm going to play a little bit.
Are you going to play 3 holes?
I'm not that good. Okay, there you have it. I'm not that good of a golfer, but I'm out there. It's going to be fun as A-Rod digs in. It's going to be a great day out there. All the money, a lot of the money, like you said, goes to the Angel Baseball Foundation, which they do a lot of great work. So I'm just thrilled to be a part of it, the first ever AM 830 Celebrity Golf Tournament. And guys, everyone that's watching the game right now, admission is free. Come on out and have a good time with us.
Pechanga's nice, too.
Great course out there.
Yes.
You've played out there. You've done some damage out there.
I've been around. I've seen a boxing match or two out there at Pechanga, too.
There you go. We're going to have a good time. Rory, you coming out?
In the ring or just around the grounds?
Just around the golf courses. I watched Ryder take a swing or two.
Don't avoid the question, Rory. You going to be out there?
Of course.
Okay, very good.
We emphasize spectators are welcome.
Yes. Hey, let me ask you guys this, and we talk about it every morning in the Sports Lodge, LA's only live and local sports in the morning.
Who hosts that show?
That would be me, Roger Lodge, the Sports Lodge, AM 830, 6 to 10 every weekday morning. Who do you fear more right now heading into the postseason, the Yanks or the Red Sox?
Yeah, I heard you talking about that this morning. For me right now, the team playing best, probably in all of baseball, would be the Red Sox.
Right.
I think their back end of their bullpen is just electric. They got some power arms down there. Dice K's pitching much better for him. Lester's been great. Buchholz has been very good. And of course, they could score some runs, too. And you got Ellsbury at the top stealing bases. So I think the Red Sox, overall, though, people in New York would probably beg to differ.
And you play Boston right now, boys, it's a 6-inning game. They're going to go to Billy Wagner at 95. Daniel Bard's coming in throwing triple digits, and then you finish off with Papelbon.
A-Rod hits a shot to dead center field and gone. Wow.
Good goodness.
He might have heard you saying the Red Sox were the big threat in the playoffs.
No, I think he heard me call him A-Fraud. I think I got him angry, guys. A-Rod, I'm just kidding. Lighten up, kid.
A 2-run shot for Alex Rodriguez makes Kate happy, and it's 2-0 New York.
That's why he does have tremendous power to all fields. You saw the home run he hit over both bullpens. The left field now to dead center, up to Bo Jackson type territory.
And I don't know about you guys, but whenever I watch Irvin Santana pitch, I see great stuff. But when he makes a mistake, it's usually right over the plate, like that pitch to A-Rod right there.
Yeah, that's very true. He's one of those guys who can look tremendous most of the time, and then when the mistake is made, there it goes.
I think a lot of times when you look at Irvin Santana, because he's trying to get that velocity back on his fastball, he's throwing his slider hard. I think the hitters time him pretty well. He's going to have to use more of his slow curveball or his changeup just to get him off balance enough then he'll get a couple swing and miss at the fastball when he makes a mistake with it.
Matsui up there now. And he hits it right to Ibar at shortstop. 2 down.
You know, the only good thing about that A-Rod home run, if there is
Might be
any...
calling a catcher's interference or something here.
Uh-oh.
C.B. Buckner, yep, he's pointing at Mathis. And here comes Soch.
We saw that in New York when Teixeira hit that triple off the wall. It hit off his glove. Now Mike Soch is going to go out to talk to C.B. Buckner about that.
Right. If there's catcher's interference and the batter triples, the play stands. But if he makes an out, they put him on first base. Let's see if he hit the glove.
Not a lot of motion in the glove. If he did, he barely tipped it.
Actually, guys, when Socha came out, I was reading his lips. All he was telling C.B. Buckner was that the first ever AM 830 celebrity golf tournament is Thursday at Pachunga. That's what he was telling.
Yeah, he's still talking about it.
He's a big Joe Montana guy.
He's looking
from
out
Criminal
toward
Minds.
Great
they
show.
were discussing that.
Criminal Minds is a great show.
Joe Montana's playing golf with us Thursday.
Have you ever been to Taste Chicago? There in Burbank, Joe's restaurant.
Is it?
Terrific. Yeah, absolutely.
What's
He's
it called?
there frequently. Taste Chicago.
Bill Engvall going to be there also. He's hilarious.
He is one
He's
funny
a
cat.
huge Angel fan. He's
Yes.
here a lot.
He's here tonight. He's here tonight. So a lot of great celebrities. Admission is free. Everyone watching the Angel game right now, come on out Thursday. Going to be a lot of fun.
And the wild pitch from Santana. That moves Matsui up to second, so it goes, the catcher's interference goes in as an error on the catcher, and now a wild pitch moves him up.
Well, overthrown again, a pitch, a fastball, trying to force it through the zone. As Mike Butcher now coming out to be able to calm Urban down. You got to trust the offense to be able to come back in the game. Chad Godin is throwing the ball well right now, but he hasn't had a lot of success in his career against the Angels, so just keep it at 2 and you got a chance to win.
Roger, I know you grew up around this stadium, but when you think Yankees, give me your one name.
Reggie.
Reggie?
Yeah, I think it was the 3 homers in the series back against the Dodgers. But remember, Reggie was the guy whenever the Yankees came in town, this building would be sold out, and people, every single person in the building would boo Reggie Jackson. And you didn't go get a soda or you didn't go get a Coke when Mr. October was in that batter's box. Everyone stopped what they were doing when Reginald Martinez Jackson came to the plate in a Yankee uniform. And then, of course, as an Angel, it was pretty exciting as well.
Well, you talk about a guy that can crush the ball.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, his home run in that All-Star game in Detroit was legendary on the roof.
Oh, against Doc Ellis, just like that one.
Fly ball, Posada, deep to right field. Bobby Abreu up against the wall. He's not going to get it. One pitch after the visit to the mound, Gooby. Jorge Posada hits one out, and all of a sudden, it's 4-0 Yankees.
Well, there's a reason why the Yankees are at the top as far as home runs. Coming in the game, 228 home runs on the season. They sense when a pitcher's having difficulties commanding the zone. See a pitch going on the outside part of the plate, gets the inside part, left-handed batter in that spot. Danger. And that's what happened. Majestic high home run, 3-run shot.
Well, Santana was doing great until I got in the booth, guys. You think I should get the hell out of here?
Well, I was thinking those same thoughts.
Long way to go. Let's go. Come on. Gives us more time to talk about the golf tournament. Now, they'll come back tonight. This kid's not going to pitch a great game for the Yanks. We're going to come back.
What time's the golf tournament kick off at on Thursday?
9 o'clock. Admission is free. Did I mention that? There you go. That's a can of corn for Torrey Hunter in center field.
Robbie Cano is out. That's 2 out in the 3rd. And Swisher coming up.
Admission is free?
Guys, I'm telling you, come on down. Won't cost you a dime. Mr. Director, Mr. Scorsese, put that camera right here. Admission is free, all of you. First ever AM 830 Celebrity Golf Tournament. Rory Marcus will be there. Gooby will be there. Don Cheadle, Bill Engvall, Carlos Mencia, Joe Montana, and it's hosted by yours truly and the great Rex Hudler. What more could you possibly ask for?
How much does it cost to get in?
It's absolutely free!
Along with your mattress, too?
Yeah! Absolutely.
Huh.
It's going to be a great time, and all the proceeds to the Angels Baseball Foundation. What more could you ask for other than maybe a Bob Saget Film Festival?
That would be legendary.
Yeah.
You're a big Full House guy, right, Goofy? Yeah.
It's a can't
They
miss.
probably wouldn't start that at 9 a.m., but maybe they would.
Do you guys know I used to room with John Stamos, Uncle Jesse from Full House? Oh, yeah. By the way, we got a ball game going on here.
I remember him from General Hospital.
Yeah, Blackie on General
Yes.
Hospital, sure.
call.
Absolutely.
What do you mean you're roomed with it?
We were roommates growing up, trying to get a gig in Hollywood together for
Yeah?
years. Yeah, I got great stories, but right now we got a game to get to.
Oh, he could play the drums, too.
Oh,
can't
he could play more than the drums, my friends.
Ball forward to Nick Swisher, and Santana having a very tough inning. It's not been so great for Socha either.
But again, the reality is you still have a chance to come back. You got to forget about some of the mistakes you make on the mound. That's the difference between a pitcher that's going to consistently win 18 or more games or a guy that's going to show some flashes. And Urban's got great stuff. He's just got to remember, hey, sometimes you don't have your perfect stuff going out, but if you can battle like a Dave Stewart, a Jack Morris, they seem to hang in the games and win those games.
Brett Gardner, the batter for the Yankees.
Hey, Gooby, you see so many pitchers nowadays, they think they have to throw it through a brick wall to be successful. That's not the case, is it?
No, I mean, you look at somebody like a Greg Maddux, not overpowering ever. Even Jamie Moore, he's still pitching. It's hitting your spots, changing speeds, and throwing first pitch strike.
Didn't
you
you and Moyer come up together?
Yeah, we played American Legion ball, and I've been out of ball for 10 years.
You should be ashamed of yourself. Gooby.
Good play by
always
Kendry Morales ends the inning. Roger, I wish we could have gotten in a promo about your golf tournament.
Yeah, but guess what? Guess how much it is to get into the first ever AMA 30.
It probably costs a lot, doesn't it?
It's free, baby! See you out of Pachanga, folks.
Let's go, Roger.
From Angel Stadium, the Yankees now with a 4-0 lead over the Angels. A-Rod a home run, Posada a home run. Big inning for the Yanks. And Urban Santana trying to shake that inning off. Eric Ibar leads off the bottom of the third.
Well, we talk about how the offense always seems to pick up a pitcher here, but it's very important to be able to feel you're part of the game. Get a run or two across here to respond to that 4-run lead by the Yankees.
Ibar lifts a fly ball to shallow left, and Damon puts it away. Jeff Mathis coming up for the Angels. Chad Godin's been pretty good. He's given up just a single to Kendry Morales in opposite field. Soft liner, that's it. Apparently he didn't like the feel of that baseball. Jeff Mathis hitting .208. He's hit 5 home runs. Fouls a pitch back.
Boy, an old trick a veteran pitcher once told me on that. You see when Chad Godin shook the baseball and then threw it high like that? Well, he said in a key spot in the game, a good hitter will never look at that ball and track it. But what you try to do, so right after this pitch, you throw it high like that, so that makes you force the hitter to change his eye level, look up at the ball, and then if you come right back and throw a fastball down around the knees in the strike zone, you can get an easy out. Believe me, I did try, especially when I didn't have quite the fastball.
I was about to
my
say,
career.
I don't know if that sounds like it would work or not.
It does, because it's all about changing the eye level.
So that hitter will watch that ball come floating in.
Some hitters.
Okay.
Real good hitters never track it. They don't look up. Or a guy that's focused on his at bat will never look up at that ball thrown high in the air.
One and two to Jeff Mathis. And he pops one foul straight back. Pop fly behind second base. Cano going out. Makes the play. Two down in the third.
There's the two guys hosting the golf tournament in Pechanga on Thursday. Rex Heller and Roger Lodge.
Sean Figgin steps in. Time for the U.S. Marine Corps leaders of the game. Sean Figgins, the last player to lead in that category. Frank Thomas.
Boy, Frank at one point was putting up numbers that he hadn't seen since Ted Williams. Scoring runs, walking, high batting average. There's a Marine right here enjoying the game. Thank you, sir.
Two and one. Three balls and a strike to Sean Figgins. Well, you think of a power hitter like Frank Thomas getting those walks, but you don't necessarily think of Figgy until this year.
Seeing so many pitches. More pitches you see, the more chances you're going to have a pitcher's going to make a mistake in those sequences.
It used to be automatic that Vladdy would lead the Angels in walks, but this year, Figgins.
And of course, Bobby Abreu works the count so well, getting on base.
Still a full count to Figgy. Three balls, two strikes to Sean Figgins. This will be the 8th pitch of this at-bat to Figgy. And the first time Godin's had a full count to anybody. drive, base hit for Figgins. Good at bat for Figgins. And the second hit tonight for the Angels.
Can't see enough pitches. Eventually a mistake's going to be made, and Chad Godin, fastball right down the heart of the plate. Sean Figgins stayed back, drove it in the right field for a base hit. Even though the Angels are down 4-0, you can never take out that stolen base out of the equation for Mike Scioscia. He's always going to be aggressive regardless of the score.
Meiser is Turris. Slide out to right his first time up. Saw that graphic. Meiser wasn't playing a year ago today. He got hurt in August and missed the rest of the season. One ball, one strike to his Turris.
Think about Chad Godin, very quick to the plate. 108 to 131. It's a good slide step. If you pick a pitch like that last one, a changeup, you have a better chance of stealing the bag.
Low throw to first, blocked by Teixeira. One and one to Meiser. Godin keeping Figgy close. Two and one. Former teammates over there, Teixeira and Figgins, not saying anything to each other right now. And it's 3-1 to Meiser, with Posada going out to talk to Godin.
Again, early in this year when Godin was a member of the Padres, he went 3 innings against the Halos that gave up 8 earned runs. This game is far from over. If he walks some batters, gives the Angels an opportunity, you make a mistake with Bobby Abreu on deck, all of a sudden it's 4-3.
Three and one to Meiser. And he walked him. Now the Angels with 2 men on. Trying to get a little 2-out rally going. Abreu coming to the plate. The Angels have a 5-game winning streak here at the Big A against the Yankees. And in the last 23 games here against New York, the Angels have gone 18-5. So this is a confident Angel team that takes the field against New York. One and 0 to Abreu. The Angels were good with runners in scoring position last night, going 3 for 7. Figgins at second, is Turris at first. Abreu looks up quickly, obviously not thinking that was going to be called a strike.
Borderline pitch, changeup by Godin. Especially after you walk a batter first pitch out of the zone. A lot of times you're not going to get the benefit of that call.
1-1 to Bobby Abreu. Abreu walks out of the box. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Bobby. The Angels trying to put something on the board here, trailing 4-0 in the 3rd inning. Vlad Guerrero waits on deck.
Well, if Vlad can get up in this inning, represent the tying run with 3 home runs in his career against Godin.
But Abreu goes down swinging to end the inning. The Angels leave 2 men on base, and it's still 4-0 Yankees.
Well, he had some good sink on this pitch on the outside corner. Gets Bobby out.
Trivia question here in the 4th inning. The Angels have won 2 straight AL West titles. Which teams have won 3 or more in a row?
Well, Oakland's got to be in there for sure.
No question. Maybe the Royals.
Yeah, Royals back in the day.
When you were in the West.
It was 76, 77, 78.
Top of the 4th, top of the order for the Yankees. Derek Jeter takes strike 1. Jeter has been up twice and struck out both times. Line drive, base hit into right field for Jeter. This is an important inning for Santana, who really struggled through the 3rd.
Elevated fastball there gave Derek Jeter a better chance to go inside out with that swing to right field for another base hit. Derek Jeter now playing his 2,130th game of his career with the Yankees. That just happens to be that total number of consecutive games by Lou Gehrig, and that's a record that Derek Jeter just broke recently as far as all-time hits.
And that was his 200th hit of the season. Johnny Damon at the plate. There goes Jeter. The pitch is taken. The throw to second. Too late. Damon was obviously taking just to give Derek a chance to steal it.
Good jump. No chance for Jeff Mathis to be able to make that throw and get him at second. 27 stolen bases now. Jeter with that head first slide, you never know. Jam your wrist. That's the dangers of going head first. And of course, run right into the knee of Eric Ibar. The guy made that slide famous. Ricky Henderson, the all-time stolen base king. But it is a dangerous thing to do.
0-1 to Damon.
You can see a better look right here in an Exmo replay as he's going head first. He'll go right into the knee area of Eric Ibar. And See him going back, thigh, knee area, bending his neck back. See him shaking his head, probably tweak the neck. See a lot in football.
No balls, 2 strikes to Johnny Damon, who holds up on that one. No, he didn't hold up. He's called out. Now he decides, well, I better run to first, but he's out of there.
It did look like he made that attempt to swing at that pitch in the dirt. So Derek still shaking his neck. You can see the swing right here. Another breaking pitch in the dirt. Johnny crossed the plate. See right there. As soon as you cross the plate, especially if you hold it out there, Barry Davis says, yep, you went.
Looked like Mathis and Santana called for that appeal before Buckner did. Fly ball shallow center, caught by Torrey Hunter, and that retires Teixeira. Two down in the 4th. A-Rod, who homered last inning, a 2-run blast to center field, coming up here.
Well, you can see the 2 balls he's hit out of the ballpark so far in the series. Pitch out over the plate, hits to the left, pitch out over the plate to the center. You definitely have to pitch inside A-Rod. Again, not down and in, belt and above. At the hands preferably, but you got to go in there with authority.
Ball 1 to A-Rod. Jeter's at second base with 2 out. Made him look bad on that swing.
The reason why he had that type of swing is because the first pitch before that was a fastball inside. So you give a different look. You go inside, then outside. You don't want to stay away on A-Rod the whole time because he'll make that adjustment and crush it.
Two and 1 to Alex Rodriguez. Alex backs out of there. Kate Hudson was happy last time A-Rod batted after the 2-run home run.
Just friends, I think.
Sure. And now 3 and 1 to A-Rod.
Well, Urban has really slowed down his game as Matsui on deck. Talked about the importance of good tempo. A lot of time in between pitches for Urban here tonight.
3 and 2. If you just blacked out everybody else in the field and just watched Santana, you'd be able to tell how he's doing based on his tempo.
And when he's throwing the ball well, he's not wasting any time in between pitches.
And he gets A-Rod looking to end the inning. The Yankees leave Jeter at second base, and it is still 4-0 Yanks in the 4th inning.
Well, that's some paint on the outside corner.
Dealers.com. And by Jack in the Box, where you can get anything on the menu any time of day. It's time for Vlade to lead off the bottom of the fourth inning, with the Angels trailing the Yankees 4-0. Vlad grounded out to second his first time up.
Early in the game, Godin has definitely been a fly ball pitcher. 5 of the 9 outs have been fly ball outs. Which, if you live for that fly ball, eventually you're going to make some mistakes.
Had Vladdy out in front of that slow breaking ball. 1-1. And he pops it foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Guerrero. Torrey Hunter, Kendry Morales to follow for the Angels here in the fourth inning, if they're peeking at the scoreboard at all, and I doubt it with this game being played in front of them. But Texas is trailing 3-0 in Oakland in the bottom of the fifth inning tonight. High fly ball by Guerrero. High but not deep, and Gardner comes in to catch it. Let's get back to the Aflac trivia question for a second and answer it. Aflac. The question: the Angels have won 2 straight AL West titles. Which teams have won 3 or more in a row? Aflac.
Oakland and KC.
That's what we said, and as always, we were right on the money.
Well, it is a challenge, but we're not afraid to take that chance.
Or guessing chance.
Yeah, that killed me. It was naming teams. I couldn't even, unless Team Chance owned that team. It's kind of disappointing.
1-0 to Torrey Hunter. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Well, that years when the Royals won back-to-back division titles, they lost all 3 of those ALCSs against this New York team.
Kind of takes the joy out of winning those 3 straight, doesn't it?
Yeah, when you came up through the Royals organization, you definitely had a dislike for the Yankees. That was embedded in you right away. Look at the Angels here, how successful they've been of late. Amazing run.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Torrey Hunter. Check swing. Did he go around? No. Torrey's still alive up there. 3 balls, 2 strikes. If you go strictly by record, the Yankees will probably be the favorites in the playoffs this year. They have the best record in baseball at the moment. Strike 3, fastball away from Torrey, strikes him out looking.
Well, the Yankees are playing some good baseball, and Chad Godin painting the outside corner. Good frame by Posada. Again, when you look at this Yankee team, they can score a lot of runs. They got Rivera closing the games up for them, which is, pretty much a lock. But the reality is they got some problems with their starting rotation themselves. The guy pitching tomorrow, A.J. Burnett, has been struggling a lot of late.
Kendry Morales.
About to be good, though.
Well, you look around, there's nobody that doesn't have a problem somewhere.
That's what makes this, I think, this potential postseason going to be an outstanding one. CC's done a tremendous job. Signed as a free agent. What a job he did last year for Milwaukee in that run they got to the playoffs. Pitching on 3-day rest a number of times late. 18-game winner.
1 ball, 1 strike to Kendry Morales. The Yankees coming in tonight with 95 wins. The Angels have 90. The Red Sox 89. And in the other league, the Dodgers won their 91st today. Two and one to Kendry Morales, who backs out of there. Good breaking ball for a strike. 2 and 2. Still 2 balls, 2 strikes to Kendry Morales. Red Sox lost in Kansas City tonight, 5-1 Royals.
That Minnesota, though, keeping the pressure on the Tigers. Well, the Tigers won today. Minnesota just won't go away.
They won also, beating the White Sox. So the Tigers are still 2.5 up. Hard up the middle. Base hit for Morales. And Kendry, maybe his bat's coming back. 2 for 2 tonight, and he had that pinch hit home run last night.
Hitting and pitching is all about that confidence. That swing last night in which he hit it out correlated to some better swings even today. First at bat going the other way. This time, pitch out over the plate, drives it right back up the middle. You can see that balance in our Exmo, how good it is for Kendry right now. Earlier, that front hip used to fly open early in the month of September here.
Juan Rivera 0 for 1 with a strikeout.
If you look over there at first base, former Angel first baseman Mark Teixeira, and Kendry, who stepped in, has done a fabulous job with 301 with 31 home runs and 99 RBIs. Tex got some pretty good numbers too, though.
Texas having a solid year, no doubt. Fly ball, shallow center field. Gardner comes in, and that retires Rivera and the Angels. Through 4 innings, it's 4-0 Yankees. behind it, obviously. Big crowd here tonight for the Angels and Yankees, and so far it's been all New York. 4-0 as we go to the 5th. Matsui to lead off against Irvin Santana. No hits for Matsui tonight, but he's been on base twice. He reached on a walk and he reached on a catcher's interference.
Matsui with some great power numbers this year too, with 27 home runs.
That one bounced up there from Irvin. 2-2. Give me your rating on Irvin tonight.
Well, I think early in the game he had a good pace and tempo and a very good slider first couple innings, and slowed down the pace. Command of his fastball in the strike zone has not been there for him. Overthrowing the curveball. Slider's still been pretty good, but the key for Irvin, as always, is grabbing that baseball and firing it. Don't worry about how hard you're throwing the fastball. Just spot it.
Matsui drills one into right field, and Hideki Matsui has hit it out. His second home run in 2 nights, the third home run Santana has given up tonight, and it's 5-0 Yankees.
Well, again, not hitting your spot with the fastball. I mean, you want movement and you want location. If the fastball straightens out, you're down the middle part of the plate. These are the type of results you're going to get. That pitch was straight down the heart of the plate. Matsui, we just got done mentioning how well he's driving the ball this season. Now 28 home runs on the season.
Here is Posada, who homered his last time up, taking ball 1 from Santana. Irvin has thrown 80 pitches, and Mike Butcher is wondering how many more he might go in this one. So he's on the phone down to the bullpen.
When you look at this Yankee lineup, they have 7 guys with 20 or more home runs. Now Palmer looks like he's going to get loosened up quickly.
2-1 to Posada. Tomorrow, when we get to the final game of this series, Scott Kazmir will be on the mound for the Angels against A.J. Burnett.
Remember when the Angels got him in that deal, Scott Kazmir, great numbers against Texas, Boston, and New York.
Posada might have hurt himself on that last swing. He turns around and sees his manager and trainer back there and says, "No, I'm all right."
He got it right off the top of his foot. He has that protector there, but I got the foot not into the protector of his front leg.
Two balls, 2 strikes to Posada. And Santana with a good breaking ball strikes him out. This has been an in and out performance by Irvin Santana. He's made some great pitches to get strikeouts, but he's given up the long ball.
I think what you see here, it's a backdoor curveball on here. Posada out in front of that swing, but you're right, he's been solid at times, inconsistent with the fastball, I think more so than any pitch tonight.
That's 7 strikeouts. Robbie Cano takes inside, ball 1.
Not even 5 innings pitched yet. He has 7 strikeouts. So you look at that part of it, you think, wow, he's got pretty good stuff tonight. But it's been location. And also the comfort zone as the Yankee hitters take their approach at the plate. Now, if they're looking out over the plate all the time, then there's a chance to be able to, look out and drive an off-speed pitch. That's why you got to make them move their feet on occasion.
Ground ball base hit into left field for Robinson Cano. Well, the Yankees, when you look at last night's game and now tonight, all of their runs have come on home runs. But that's kind of the way they play ball, isn't it?
Especially in that new yard in New York. Which we're already looking on. It's always a luxury to have that type of power. But the reality in the postseason, though, you're facing great pitching throughout. Just don't make a lot of mistakes. Occasionally you got to be able to manufacture a run.
Nick Swisher up there, 0-1. The Yankees Swisher has struck out and walked tonight. The Yanks with 9 hits in the ball game. On the ground to Kendry Morales. They get 1 at second. Return throw to first. Double play. Santana gets out of the 5th with a double play ball, but also gave up the home run ball, and it's 5-0 New York.
Pitch out over the plate, hits the dead center for a mammoth home run. Then another pitch not located well for Irvin Santana. Jorge Posada hits it out, and then Matsui. That baseball got out in a hurry. That is our jack in the box outside the box.
Bottom of the 5th inning, and because of those home runs, 5-0 Yankees. Eric Ibar leads off for the Angels. Ibar, a fly ball to left field, his only time up tonight. One ball, one strike to Eric. Great crowd here, warm night. Beautiful setting for the ball game. So far, not much for the Angel fans to cheer about. Swing and a miss by Ibar.
Dan doing a nice job of changing speeds. He's got a good changeup throughout this game and a good sinking fastball. Well, interesting to watch Jorge Posada give the sign to go down, and then he put down the fastball sign, and then he waved up that he wanted that fastball elevated. But Ibar was able to foul that one off. Now he wants to throw that slider here.
Did you ever have a game or games where you just thought to yourself, you know, I just trust the catcher, whatever he puts down, I'll throw that?
Yeah, because before the game each time we would go over to hitters, and I always preferred not to slow down and have to think and shake off the catcher. We talked a lot before the game. Never liked when he came out and talked to me. I didn't like that to shake him off either.
Ground ball to second base. And Cano throws out Ibar. Fans, the Angels pursuing their third straight AL West title, and this Saturday, all fans in attendance will get a free Fiesta platter courtesy of Del Taco. Get your tickets at angelsbaseball.com today and come out for that platter. That's this coming Saturday.
That'd be a must-have item.
Yes, no question. Jeff Mathis, the batter. We mentioned the Angels closing in on winning the AL West again, and this is something the Angels, and I think you can even include the fans, just they don't take it for granted, but you can feel, I think, people starting to think about the playoffs now.
And certainly they're thinking about who their first round opponent is going to be once again, the way it's shaped up right now.
Line drive right field, caught by Nick Swisher.
Well, you're talking about a good scouting report where to play. Jeff Mathis. Swisher didn't have to move a whole lot. That ball was scalded by Jeff Mathis, with Swisher in a perfect position to make that play.
Meanwhile, for the Yankees, it looks like they'll play the Tigers if Detroit hangs on and wins that Central Division.
You see him right there in Nick Swisher making that play. And gets back to that first round. See, Joe Girardi and the Yankees had that option if they have to end up with the best record in the American League. There's two different scenarios as far as that first round of a 5-game series. So they can pick it where they spread it out over 7 days, that 5-game series, or have it a shortened series. For me, if I'm Girardi, I want a short one because I don't want to have to face Verlander and Edwin Jackson 4 times in a 5-game series. Mike Scioscia had to make that decision last year.
Figgins takes inside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Of course, whoever is the Angels' opponent, probably the Red Sox, will probably, we don't know this for sure, face Lackey and Weaver 1 and 2.
And that's a difficult task if you're facing them. If you're the Red Sox, say right now the playoffs started, the Red Sox have to face those two at the Big A. Because the Angels would have that home field advantage against the Red Sox in that first round. But we can't talk about it until it's done, right, Rory?
No, can't even really think about it.
No, 1 game at a time.
1 and 2 to Figgins. Two balls, 2 strikes.
I think O'Dan wanted that backdoor slider to be called a strike.
I think he definitely wanted that called a strike. Three and 2. The Red Sox lost in Kansas City tonight. The Royals, they might be the hottest team in the American League. They're playing great baseball. And they've climbed out of the cellar in the Central. They passed the Indians. Figgins pulls one down to the right field corner. Swisher goes in and can't catch it. That ball is fair. And that ball is a home run for Sean Figgins. He just hooked it around that pole. Figgy's 5th of the year gets the Angels on the board.
Talked about Kenny Morales coming around. Now Sean Figgins doing the same. He got a base hit, and now this home run right down the line. Swisher had to go a long way. He was playing Sean to go the other way. Just got around that foul pole.
First base umpire Mike Everett had the perfect view of it, and so does that camera.
That camera came in handy right there. Perfect.
If they would have had to go to replay, we would have been positioned just right.
The second home run in his last 3 games for Sean Figgins, driving the ball.
Power hitter. Meiser trying to do the same thing, but he pulled it too much.
He's going to go right down the line.
Swisher's right there at the pole. Looked like it was in the first row, too. Just barely got it out. Meiser hits one in the air into right center field. That's a hit. Gardner cuts it off, but his Turris will get a double. Here come the Angels. The top of the order. Figgins a home run, his Turris a double. And the visit from Dave Island, the pitching coach.
All-speed pitch. And when you're trying to throw an all-speed pitch, you want to go to the outside corner. This one ran over the middle part. And Meister made him pay for that one with a double to right center field.
Now Bobby Abreu, if he could come through for the Angels, it could start to feel like a pretty good inning. And Figgy's talking all about it. Meanwhile, Alfredo Aceves gets up in the Yankee bullpen. Godin has thrown 87 pitches.
Boy, in that 5th inning, sometimes when you have a lead, it's the toughest inning to get through. You need that inning to qualify for the victory. Sometimes it seems like it take a long time to get that 3rd out.
He got the first 2 outs, but then gave up the home run and the double. And now is 2-0 to Abreu. Meanwhile, Vladdy on deck. He'd love an at-bat with runners on base right here. Pretty good breaking ball, 2-0 right there by Chad Godin.
Boy, he didn't give in. Even with a 4-run lead, 2-0 pitch with a slider, gets a called strike.
Two and 1 to Abreu. Three 1. Big pitch coming up for Chad Godin right here. And Abreu grounds it foul. Full count.
Boy, if Bobby could somehow get on base, Vlad with his power and potential, particularly against a guy he hits so well against, 3 career home runs, then you got yourself a game.
Three balls, 2 strikes to Bobby Abreu. His Turris at the bottom of your screen, leading away from second base. Godin slowing it down again. Neither pitcher has really been on a fast pace tonight. Ball 4 to Abreu. 2 men on for Vlad Guerrero. Posada walking to the mound. They've already had a visit from the pitching coach, so if they went out there again, they'd have to take him out. And the fans hoping for a little magic right here.
This potentially could be his last batter. If he makes a bad pitch to Vlad, he's not going to be in there to qualify for the victory.
Tonight, Vlad has grounded out to second base and hit a fly ball to center. Swing and a miss. The 25th pitch of the inning for Godin coming up right here. Popped up foul. Posada coming back. Leans in, but couldn't quite come out of there with it. Good try by Posada, trying to take a souvenir away from the dugout suites.
Well, he was very close. What a feel for where that screen was going to be. And it deflected off his glove.
Vladdy down in the count, 0-2. To score a run, and it's 5-2 Yankees. Vladdy drives in the run on an 0-2 pitch from Godin.
Well, there was no hesitation at all for Pino Cinnamon, no hesitation for Joe Girardi, going to pull Chad Godin here in the 5th inning.
He doesn't get through 5. And with a 3-run lead, Godin is coming out of the ballgame. The Angels have cut it down to a 5-2 ball game in the 5th. Brought to you by Verizon Wireless, America's largest mobile-to-mobile calling family. And by BeWaterWise.com, a message from the Metropolitan Water District of Southern California and the family of Southern California water agencies. The Angels have scored twice here in the bottom of the 5th inning, and Vlad Guerrero finally got what he liked.
Well, Chad Godin starts off Vlad with a slider in the dirt, comes back in with another slider. 0-2, chance to expand the zone. From up here, it looked like it could have been a fastball, but it was basically a hanging slider. It had no tilt on it whatsoever. Mistake made by Godin, now out of the game. Vlad with a clutch hit.
And the Angels with the tying run at the plate. Godin goes 4 2/3. Alfredo Aceves takes over for the Yankees. 10-1. Torrey Hunter at the plate.
You see Rodero Davis, that fastball 88 to 92. He cuts the fastball, and his best pitch, his strikeout pitch, being the changeup.
If you were a casual fan and just looked down into the bullpens and checked the numbers of the guys warming up, you'd say, oh, Aceves, he's 10-1. Oh, Palmer, he's 10-1. What are they doing down there?
Well, must mean when they come in the game, a lot of good things happen.
No doubt. 0-1
In this case, it'll be the Angels to get something good here.
Check swing. No swing. Close. Mike Everett, the first base umpire.
Ooh, might have got away with one on that one. He's able to move his body enough to sell it as if he didn't swing.
Chopper hit behind third, but foul to A-Rod. Strike two. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Sean Figgins, who hooked one just inside that right field foul pole for a home run, started this rally. Vladdy drove in the second run. Hunter goes out on strikes. But the Angels are back in the old ball game. 2 runs in the 5th makes it 5-2 New York.
Brett Gardner takes one away on Bobby Abreu's sliding play in center field for the out, but Kendry takes one back. Gets the leather on that shot down the line by Brett Gardner for the out. That is your Coors Light Freestand, brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light.
And we get to the 6th inning in a 5-2 ball game. Irvin Santana still in there for the Angels. Gardner leads off the 6th. And he'll be followed by Jeter and Damon, so it's a big inning for Santana if he wants to hang around. One and one to Gardner. One ball, 2 strikes. In the air to right center field. Abreu on the run. He gets there. Good play by Bobby.
A good jump. That baseball kept trying to get away from Bobby. It was a inside out swing, and it was tailing away from him. It was a good read. Down and in pitch. You see how the ball was just trying to go away from him. Bobby, good read, reaches out, makes the play. And you want to throw up a 0 here. You need your help with your defense. Get the offense back to swinging that bat again.
Jeter's 1 for 3 tonight. Oh, 1 to Derek Jeter. I'll say this for the first 2 nights, Gooby, considering it's the Angels and Yankees, it's been pretty civil in the stands over these last couple of nights. Obviously, there are Yankee fans here along with the Angel fans. Jeter hits it hard right down to Meiser's turret for the second out. And it'll be Fiesta Angels this Saturday from 10 to 4 in the parking lot. Activities include carnival-style attractions and games, plus live Latin entertainment and a variety of food to choose from. The Angels will have select members of their roster there, along with coaches, broadcasters, and the strike force. Pick up your free tickets at the Northgate Market in Anaheim or Southgate in La Habra. Meanwhile, Damon flies out to right to end the inning. 1-2-3 inning for Santana. AT&T, the nation's fastest 3G network. AT&T, your world delivered. The home run ball has definitely been a big part of this game tonight. Kendry Morales leads off for the Angels in the bottom of the 6th. A-Rod hit one out tonight, way out. Posada and Matsui for the Yankees, and none of them were cheapies. 1-0 to Kendry Morales. Meanwhile, the great slugger of the Angels, Sean Figgins, with a home run.
It's going to go in the book as a 500-foot shot.
You know,
counts the same as A-Rod's.
Sure does. His 5th of the year.
A-Rod's got a few in his career, though.
I think you'll have a tough time catching him career-wise.
Sean says, I don't think he's going to catch me stolen base. Although A-Rod does have some stolen bases. A 40-40 guy in his career. 40 stolen bases, 40 home runs in a season.
Off the hands and punched into center field. Kendry Morales is 3 for 3 tonight.
Well, the American League Player of the Month for the month of August is getting that swing back. 3 for 3 today with that home run last night. 4 straight hits. Boy, the balance going forward. Not open up that front hip. Going inside out with that swing.
If he swings the bat the way he did in August, once the playoffs get here, what a boost for the Angels. Juan Rivera at the plate. Really, when you think about it, the Angels would have been fine with either one of these guys at first base. They've been just fine with Kendry there this year.
They saved a few dollars, though, I think, with Kendry over Mark Teixeira. Though Mark, just not only a great player, just a super guy, too. Teammates loved him here in Anaheim.
There's a shot into left field and a base hit for Rivera. The Angels have runners at first and second. Nobody out in the bottom of the 6th. Tying run coming to the plate.
Boy, the Yankees can never feel good, even with the 5-0 lead, because the Angels have played so well against them over those last 23 games, going 18-5. So they have that comeback capability.
Eric Ibar coming to the plate. Teixeira was happy to be an Angel, too. Goodby, when he arrived last year, he was thrilled to be here. Whether he had a childhood dream to play for the Yankees, I'm not sure. I do know he's from back east and wanted to go there.
His favorite player was Don Mattingly, who manned that position at first base for a lot of years for the Yanks.
So it didn't sound too bad to him. There's a fly ball into right field. Swisher toward the line is going to catch it. Tagging up and heading to third base. Kendry Morales gets there.
We're going to get a pinch hitter for Jeff Mathis right now.
Well, the Angels have been the one team that has given the Yankees fits. And now Mike Scioscia is sending up a pinch hitter, Gary Matthews, to hit for Jeff Mathis.
And as good as Joe Torre was at the helm of the Yankees, he had a losing record against the Angels, the only team to have a winning record against the Joe Torre managed Yankee team.
But you hear Matthews yesterday talking about how special it is to him to go back to Dodger Stadium and sit in the same locker as his dad had when he used to go there as a kid. So, you know, those childhood dreams, these guys still have them when they get here.
And also he talked about how he's getting more comfortable in this role, coming off the bench, an opportunity to be able to make an impact on a game, be as a pinch hitter.
He also said that's the toughest job in baseball. Well, he's trying to do the toughest job in baseball right here. Pinch hitting with runners at first and third and one out, and your job is to at least get that runner in from third. The infield is back. A fly ball would score him. Gary takes strike one.
I think important for Gary here, Savas has a great changeup, which is his out pitch. Not an overpowering fastball. Get it up to around 92, but he wants to be in a position to get into a fastball count. Savas has given up 10 home runs this season in 70+ innings, so he does make some mistakes.
Oh, 0-1 to Gary Matthews. Tony Regan's smiling. Artie's up there right behind him. Matthews pops one up foul. Posada runs out of room. What about those baseball dreams? I was talking to the receptionists in the office here at the Big A, Sandy and Margie. So, you know, we got a phone call today from a bride-to-be, and the one thing she wants is to grant her future husband his ultimate dream. You know what it is?
Hang out with us?
Besides that.
Oh, okay.
come out here to the Big A and mow the lawn. Can you imagine?
Wow.
Yeah. It's 0-2 to Gary Matthews. Line drive, base hit, right field. Matthews, doing the hardest job in baseball, comes through with a pinch hit RBI hit. 5-3 Yankees.
And even Artie's a fan up there to see that swing by Gary Matthews Jr. We're talking about the ability to get that fastball and not make a mistake. Get a base hit with it. Gary with that toe tap, his timing mechanism, level swing, base hit in the right, RBI. All of a sudden, it's a 2-run game. Gary adjusting to that role, coming off the bench.
And the tying run on base for the Angels with 1 out in the bottom of the 6th. You could almost imagine that, though, couldn't you, if that were your dream, that moment when your feet hit that grass and you're standing on that field of dreams.
It's nice to see Sean Figgins just run around those bases right now. Show that speed, get a triple, tie it up. He had that big swing to get the comeback going this last inning.
Rivera at second, Matthews at first, and Figgy takes ball 1.
Sometimes you look at a guy's record out of the bullpen, 10-1. You say he must be doing a pretty good job. But then also you might think maybe he's giving up some runs. Put himself in position to get that win. The Angels an opportunity right now.
Really, if you're a reliever, it's not a lot of decisions you're looking for, is it? 2-0 to Figgins.
All of a sudden, when you start losing the strike zone, the guys get good at bats against you. All of a sudden, you squeeze the baseball a little bit tighter, and you make a mistake.
Two and one. Boy, these teams, the Yankees and Angels, they battle each other, don't they? Every game, it seems, is close. Every pitch seems magnified. If they do meet in the playoffs, it would almost certainly be with the winner going to the World Series.
Well, Joe Girardi knows all too well how good this Angel club is coming back. 46 comeback victories for the Angels this year.
Weaver looking on, 2-2 to Figgins. Andy Pettit up on the top step. Reggie Willits made a big catch in last night's game. And Figgy pops one foul. In the Yankee bullpen, Damaso Marte getting up. Two and two to Sean Figgins. And he fights another one off.
Well, when you look at both of these clubs, so balanced. They got so many switch hitters on their team. You got Sean Figgins, you got Marte warming up. He would probably come in for Bobby Abreu because you got Meister Stores, a switch hitter on deck. Presents a lot of problems for a manager as you try to set up your bullpen to go against these two clubs.
Both of these teams, it's very difficult to get the matchup you want. If you're trying to pitch to a team that has as many switch hitters as they have. 2-2 to Figgins. Line drive, base hit, left field. Rivera to third, puts the brakes on. Base is loaded for the Angels. Quite an at-bat for Figgy, who fought off pitches with 2 strikes, fouled them off, and then gets the base hit.
That's his 3rd hit of the game. A breaking pitch. It tried to go to backdoor slider, but Sean Figgins getting that swing back going the other way.
Even with Johnny Damon, not the greatest arm in the outfield. Juan Rivera doesn't have much speed. Dino had to hold him up there at third.
And I still think that was the right decision. Johnny mentioned, not the strongest arm, but he got that ball in quickly. He charged the ball well. The ball was hit hard. He's playing up because Sean Figgins is batting from the left side. A much easier play for Johnny to come in on the ball, and that's why Dino held him up. Smart decision, particularly with Meister coming up with the bases loaded.
His Turris doubled his last time up. Bases loaded, 1 out. He lost the bat, and he hit the catcher, Jorge Posada, with it. Obviously accidental.
Well, it was a changeup. He was fooled by the speed of that pitch, Meister was, and lost the grip of the bat.
The backswing hits Posada, then he drops the bat.
I think it got him in the bicep and forearm area of his throwing arm.
C.B. Buckner caught a little piece of that bat also, the home plate umpire. It's 0-1 to Meister. Well, the numbers with the bases loaded are tremendous for his Turris. High pop fly, foul territory. A-Rod has a play. A big out for the Yankees, and now 2 outs with the bases loaded. Bobby Abreu coming up.
And with Marte probably ready to go, decision time for Joe Girardi. Do you go with the lefty versus lefty, or you go with Aceves, who has that very good changeup that can neutralize left-handed batters?
Well, we don't see Girardi coming out to get him, so there's your answer. Abreu 0 for 2 with a walk. Bases loaded, 2 out in the bottom of the 6th. One and 0 to Abreu. The Angels have Juan Rivera at third base. Gary Matthews carrying the potential tying run at second, and Figgy, who can fly, at first base.
And Bobby Abreu is not an easy guy to face with the bases loaded, with that patience at the plate.
2-0. Even a walk right here would make it a 1-run game with Vladdy on deck. Two and 0 to Abreu.
Well, here, bases loaded. You're throwing back-to-back changeups. Fastball count. If you have confidence in your changeup, that would be the pitch to throw right now. Fastball is going to get crushed.
Strike to Abreu.
Boy, a fastball. Looks like Sada won it on the outside corner. Reaches back. Got a little bit of plate, but right at the belt. Get that call too often, especially when you miss location like that.
2-1 to Abreu. Good pitch there, evens the count, 2-2.
Well, that's that changeup. Got to be the reason why Joe Girardi left him in here, the right-hander versus the left-handed batter, with Marte ready. That great changeup Aceves has, his best pitch. Bobby's got to keep the hands back to hit that ball to left center field now.
A great 2-strike hitter, Bobby Abreu. And Savas backs off.
Which means if you're a pitcher, that means you didn't like that pitch selection. You're going to change it up.
Two and two. Outside and high, and it's a full count to Abreu.
He came right back with the changeup with Big Daddy Vladdy on deck. 3-2. Does he come back again with a changeup?
They're standing at the Big A. Full count, bases loaded, 2 out. The Angels and the Yankees. Ball 4, walks and a run. Rivera jogs home, and it's a 1-run game, 5-4 Yankees.
Again, Joe Girardi's got to be thinking to himself, should I went to the lefty versus lefty? Now you can't go to Marte, especially with Vlad up now. Sada sent him the inside part of the plate, fastball off that corner. Hey, there's nobody worse in the world to face with the bases loaded than Bobby Abreu when you have to throw a strike.
This was no picnic either. Vladdy batting with the bases loaded. And he grounds one behind third. Diving picked up by A-Rod. Out of first. Got him. Great play by A-Rod. Keeps the Yankees ahead by 1. What a game. After 6, 5-4 Yankees. Not with his bat, but with his glove.
Well, he was a Gold Glove shortstop in his day with Seattle and Texas, showing that great range. Not only to make the play, but gather himself and have that strong throw to get Vlad at first base. Savas saying, way to pick me up.
And Artie Moreno trying to will that ball down the line. Matt Palmer takes over in the 7th inning for the Angels, another guy who is 10-1. Facing Mark Teixeira, and it's an all-new battery for the Angels as Bobby Wilson takes over behind the plate. The 1-1 to Tex, a little bit outside, ball 2. There's a line shot into center. Hunter trying to run it down. Did he catch it? No. Yes, he did.
Oh, what another great jump by the 8-time Gold Glover in center field. And when it's so difficult for an outfielder to read a ball off the bat from a left-hander because it's going to go away from you, especially when it's hit that hard. He gets it just before it hits the outfield grass. But you don't make that play unless you get that first quick step that Torrey got.
He didn't really slide there either, Gooby. It looked like Torrey really hit the land hard on that play, didn't it?
And Torrey's probably not going to be 100% as far as his abdomen as the rest of the season. You can see at times.
Time now for our Lexus Pursuing Perfection. This is A-Rod earlier in the game.
Well, they wanted that fastball the inside part of the plate. Not just enough out over the plate for A-Rod to go dead central.
But you're right. There's no question that Torrey is gutting it out at this point.
He knows what he means to his club, both defensively and offensively.
Two and one to A-Rod. Right back to Palmer. Nice play by the pitcher. 2 down.
I often say once you release the baseball out of your hand, you become that 5th infielder. Matt Palmer fielding the position very well. This is not an easy play. You're falling towards first base. You got to reach back and make that play. Gather yourself and throw over to get him at first base.
Hideki Matsui, who also homered earlier in the game. The Yankees have 3 home runs tonight. Santana went 6 innings tonight. He cannot win it. He's on the hook for the loss at the moment. But just a 1-run ball game here in the 7th. Two and 0 to Matsui. Two and 1.
Boy, if you look at potential postseason matchups, if you're a Yankee or a Yankee fan, you don't want to face the Angels in that first round. Just like you're an Angel fan, you still kind of don't look forward to a Red Sox matchup either in the postseason.
Full count now to Matsui, 3 and 2.
I can't imagine too often you see a battle of 10-1 relievers, middle relievers in the course of a game coming in the same time.
I don't remember one until tonight.
Savas 10-1. You guys made a spot start, and of course, Matt Palmer's done a solid job coming in at times as a starter for the Angels, but adjusted very well out of the bullpen.
Full count to Hideki Matsui. And he hits a fly ball into left center field. Juan Rivera has to go back on that ball. He's there. He's got it. Matsui flies out to the warning track. And we get to the 7th inning stretch at the Big A in a 1-run ball game. Brought to you by Flex Your Power. Save money, save energy. Tips at flexyourpower.org. And by Mazda's Summer Drive-Off event. Drive off with the best deals of the summer in a fun-to-drive Mazda. Bottom of the 7th inning at the Big A. Torrey Hunter leads off for the Angels. Torrey's 0 for 3 with a pair of strikeouts tonight. One and one, 200.
The Angels now in position, now one swing away from tying the game up. Coming back from that 5-0 deficit.
It's been an impressive comeback tonight, Gooby. The Yankees were hitting the ball out of the ballpark, building up a 5-0 lead. Now all of a sudden it's 5-4. On the ground to Jeter at shortstop, and Torrey is retired. Comeback wins have been the Angels' forte this year.
46 of them. The big thing, the number down at the bottom, 9 wins when trailing by 4+ runs. Angels down 5-0 in this game. Another opportunity to come back from a big deficit.
And the Yankees are going to the pen. Aceves got them the out against Torrey Hunter. So we'll take a break here. Damaso Marte on his way in. Storyline of the game tonight, the Angels were down 5-0, but they've come back to make it a one-run ball game. The Yankees doing it with the long ball. A-Rod, Posada, and Matsui. Visit farmers.com today to hear more true stories from Farmers customers and to find a SoCal agent near you. That is not an agent,
but it is rally time. And that is the rally monkey trying to spur on the Angels once again.
Damaso Marte pitching to Kendry Morales. Marte, 34-year-old lefty from the Dominican.
ERA nearly 11. Fastball still pretty good, 92-96. He's got a slider and a changeup.
And he's 2-0 to Kendry Morales. There's a shot into right center field. Gardner can't get there. That ball will roll to the wall. Kendry at second base. He'll stop there with a double.
I'll tell you what, if you're a Yankee and a Yankee fan of Joe Girardi, you got to give Nick Swisher a lot of credit for being in that position to be able to cut that ball. It looked like once it got by Gardner, that's an automatic triple. Great swing. 4 great swings in this game. Burkhead gets by Gardner. What a shot. But look at this backup here by Nick Swisher. This should be a triple, but he's in position after he got by. And Ill-Advised dived for that baseball, too, by Gardner. No chance to catch that ball.
Henry Morales is 4 for 4, and the Yankees are going back to the bullpen. For Yankees in the bottom of the 7th. And fans, if the Angels are in the postseason rally will be Thursday, October 1st at the stadium, right after the game between the Angels and Rangers, and that's a 3 p.m. game. The event includes Angel players and alumni, U.S. Army Parachute Team Golden Knights, Angel playoff gear, a most avid fan contest, and a spectacular fireworks show. For more information and updates on the postseason rally, visit angelsbaseball.com. Phil Hughes is in the game for the Yankees. He's 7-3. Pitching to Juan Rivera with the potential tying run at second, and 1 out in the bottom of the 7th. So they're still 5 outs away from Mariano Rivera, Gooby.
And that's the important thing. Keeping him down that bullpen.
Rivera grounds one right to Cano. He goes after Hughes' first pitch and grounds out. Morales ends up at third with 2 out. And Ibar coming to the plate.
Well, Phil Hughes, you can see that good fastball, 93, 96. He has a cut fastball, curve, slider, and changeup. Has made a very good adjustment to pitching out of this bullpen for the Yankees. One of the key components to a strong bullpen.
Young guy, he just turned 23. Born in Mission Viejo, Phil Hughes. Lives in Florida now. Strike 1 to Ibar. Phil Hughes played baseball at Foothill High School in Santa Ana. He's ahead of Ibar, 0-2.
Well, you can see the velocity on the fastball picked up coming out of the bullpen when you can let it go for that 1 inning. That one at 97. Surely Phil Hughes has a lot of family here. Big A to watch him pitch.
Baseball America named him as the top right-handed pitcher in Orange County just prior to being drafted.
Thing is, though, when you pitch in front of the hometown crowd, at times you overthrow some pitches. 3 wild pitches.
Ibar slaps another one foul. Still alive, 0-2. Howie Kendrick has grabbed a bat. Oh, 2 to Ibar. Potential tying run 90 feet away for the Angels. And another foul ball by Ibar. He's hung in there on some tough two-strike pitches, Gooby.
Boy, that was a nice job of fouling that one off. That was executed perfectly by Phil Hughes. Breaking pitch down and in. Just barely got a piece of it. You see Posada setting up down and in. Executed well, but Ibar fights it off.
0-2 to Eric Ibar. And another foul ball. No matter what happens here, it looks like the Yankees will clinch a playoff spot tonight. Texas is losing 9-1 in Oakland in the 9th inning. A Texas loss clinches a playoff berth for the Yanks. And also reduces the Angels' magic number. Here's the pitch to Ibar. A bouncer hit to Jeter at shortstop. That was quite a battle. Hughes gets the best of it this time. And we go to the 8th. It's still 5-4 New York.
Vlad drives in Meiser. Gary Matthews off the bench with a big pinch hit. And then, of course, Bobby Ray works the count, gets the walk, brings the Halos to a 5-4 score.
Check out the new R Performance vehicles at your local Jaguar dealer or on JaguarUSA.com. 8th inning at Angel Stadium. Jorge Posada to lead the inning off against Matt Palmer. Posada has a home run tonight. He's 1 for 3. In the air to left center field. Rivera calling for it. 1 out. Palmer doing a solid job once again out of the bullpen for the Angels.
You know, Matt does a good job of never throwing the ball in the middle part of the plate. Sinks his fastball, will cut his fastball inside the lefties. Slow curveball and a decent changeup too.
As you can see, great crowd here at the Big A tonight. Just over 40,000. What a game they've seen. Robbie Cano takes strike one.
What a crowd on their feet with that 3-2 pitch to Bobby Abreu. We get the walk. Exciting to see. I'll tell you what, this has a feel of a playoff game once again.
One ball, one strike to Cano. The Yankees are a team that is 10 games over 500 on the road. Ground ball to Ibar. And the long throw just in time. Boy, Eric took a step back and just did get Cano.
Well, different read off the bat. You see it spin up on him. He has to feel that in the outfield grass. But when you have an arm like Ibar does, you can afford that ability to be able to get yourself gathered and get him by a half a step.
Two out. And Nick Swisher at the plate for the Yankees.
It's going to go unnoticed, but that play last inning, Nick Swisher may have kept that lead for the Yankees, cutting off that baseball when it got by Brett Gardner in center field. Those little things to do. It's a team that's going to the postseason. Gives you a better chance to win games.
One and one to Swisher. If everything stays the way it is, the Yankees would play the Tigers in the first round. If they win, then they either have to play the Angels, who have handled them exceptionally well, or their arch rival, the Red Sox. So, either way, the ALCS is going to be pretty special.
With the potential in the American League as far as the playoff series look outstanding. Same thing in the National League.
2-1 to Swisher. He fouls that off his leg. The Dodgers beat the Washington Nationals 14-2 today.
Breaking pitch. Oh, left in the kneecap. Swisher trying to walk it off. All speed out in front. So that shin guard not protecting the saddle on his foot, and there still getting a good piece of that leg of Nick Swisher.
Two balls, two strikes to Swisher. Texas Rangers game is final. They lost tonight. Oakland beat them, and the Angels are now 8 up with the magic number down to 5. And the Yankees clinch a playoff spot with that Texas loss. Strike 3 called to Swisher, and Palmer sets them down in order in the 8th. 5-4 Yankees heading to the bottom of the 8th. 8th inning. Howie Kendrick pinch hitting for the Angels. Strike one to Howie. Melky Cabrera with a great arm. He's now in the ball game in right field for the Yanks. Posada standing up before the next pitch. Looked like he was pointing out in center field. Gardner kind of looked behind him like, what is it? 0-1 to Howie. 0-2.
Hughes was raring back and firing that fastball, but Howie with some very good numbers in his career. 27 games he's hit over 440 against him.
Fastball, and Kendrick still alive. 1-2. Fastball in the mid-90s for Hughes. Hard hit, but off the glove of Cano, and Kendrick reaches base. Hard hit, but right at him. That's an error on Robbie Cano, and the Angels have the tying run on.
That was a very good swing by Howie. Fastball down. Let that fastball go deep in the strike zone and hit that ball hard. Cano unable to make the play. Now with Sean Figgins up, you got options. If you're Mike Scioscia, you have the bunt, you got a hit and run, you got a potential steal. Howie's got 9 stolen bases. More likely a bunt situation.
With Figgins at the plate. Sean has
3 straight hits.
Yep, 3 hits tonight, including a home run. There goes Kendrick. The throw by Posada. Hit for a shot. He's in. The ball's in center field. Howie on his way to third. And the tying run is at third with nobody out. Figgy threw his bat at the ball.
He's trying to protect the base runner. Out in front, but a great jump. Talked about the fact that Howie had a chance to steal a base rather than give up and out in that spot. Especially the way Sean has been swinging.
And the Yankees have made 2 errors in the inning already.
Now the infield in now for the Yanks.
0-1 to Figgins. Errors on Cano and Posada have opened the door for the Angels. One and 1 to Figgins. Just off the plate. Joe Girardi's team had a 5-0 lead in this game. Two balls, 1 strike to Figgins. He scored the first Angel run with a home run in the 5th. Check swing foul. With nobody out, the Angels usually do not have the contact play on.
Yeah, I don't think they would in this situation here, especially with the infield up. All very good defenders. 3 gold gloves in that infield for the Yankees. So I don't think it would go on the contact with no outs for sure.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Figgy. Another foul ball. Another 95-mile-an-hour fastball by Hughes. Tourist waiting on deck.
But all hitters, much better hitters with the infield in like this. Sean Figgins is swinging the bat very well tonight.
popped up. First base side, Cano makes the catch, and obviously the runner stays at third. So the Yankees get a big out there, getting Figgins to pop up. Now with one out, here's his Turris. And the Yankees will continue to play the infield in. Now the contact play would be on.
It's so tough, though, and that you have to get a great read at third base. You're Howie.
It's one of those things, Gooby, if it's a ground ball right at somebody, you're probably out. But they're forcing the defense to make a play.
And rush the throw, too, because of the reputation of going on the contact play. But you also have Bobby Abreu on deck, which could come into play here as far as the contact play.
1-0 to Meiser. 1 ball, 1 strike.
And Phil Hughes is throwing the ball hard out of the bullpen. See guys like Jabba Chamberlain right now as a starter throwing about 92, 93, but out of the bullpen he was throwing near 100 miles an hour. Phil Hughes doing the same here. Rearing back, letting it go. There's Jabba Chamberlain. A little different pitcher out of the starting rotation as compared to the bullpen.
2-1 to the Angels' second baseman. Great game from a fan standpoint also. 2-1 to his Turris. Just outside. Abreu will be next.
He's giving a pitch up in his zone, which is much easier for Meister to hit the ball in the air. They get the run across the fly ball to left field. You can guarantee Nino's going to take that chance against Johnny.
Kendrick, the runner at third. And the 3-1 to Meister. Line drive right field. Base hit will tie the game. The Angels have fought back from 5-0 down to catch him in the 8th.
Liking that. We've already seen this too often against this Angel team, the relentless ability to come back in the game.
An error on a ground ball by Kendrick opened the door. And Howie stepped in the door and scored the tying run.
Phil Hughes not particularly quick to the plate. Meister with 12 stolen bases. Posada not the strongest arm anymore after coming back from some shoulder surgery.
Bobby Abreu at the plate. Ball 1. Last time up, Bobby walked with the bases loaded for an RBI. Angels 5, Yankees 5 in the 8th. Meiser back in easily. The Angels' comeback has taken Santana off the hook. Palmer's the pitcher of record now. One and one to Abreu.
Well, Phil Hughes to a cut fastball on the outside corner. I'll be looking for something on the inner half of the plate to turn on it.
Is Turris carrying the potential go-ahead run. Gets back to first. The Angels have 5 runs batted in by 5 different players tonight to come back. And it's 2-1 to Abreu.
2-1 count, 1 out. So she likes this action play, hit and run.
Posada made an error on a throw earlier in the inning when Kendrick was running. 2-1. As Turris was not running there as Abreu grounds the ball foul. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody wants to just sit back and watch. They're all up on the front step of the dugout. Two balls, 2 strikes. In the dirt, Posada has it roll away, and his Turris is at second.
Great read by Meiser on his breaking pitch in the dirt. Didn't get too far away from Jorge Posada. See right here, not that far away, but there's a great secondary lead and jump. Easily gets into scoring position now for Bobby Abreu.
The Yankees have made 2 errors and a wild pitch in this inning. The Angels are very good at taking advantage of things like that. Full count to Abreu. He's aboard with another walk. His 3rd walk of the night. Two men on with 1 out. Another visit to the mound for Island, the pitching coach. Before Hughes pitches to Vladdy, which should be a classic matchup between a fastball pitcher and a fastball hitter.
Well, I think Phil Hughes was not going to give in and throw a fastball 3-2 to Bobby Abreu, especially with an open base at that point. Setting up a situation, yes, Vladdy loves to hit the fastball, but if you get a ground ball, you get through the inning. So here's a great challenge for the youngster going against a future Hall of Famer in Black Herrera.
Vladdy has already driven in a run tonight with a base hit. 2 on, 1 out in the bottom of the 8th. Swing and a miss. Vladdy wildly swinging at that breaking ball. Fouled back.
Well, Brett Gardner in center field is playing very shallow. Must have a lot of confidence in himself to be able to go back on the baseball. You see him real shallow in center. You got to have a lot of confidence in your ability to go back on the baseball. He's thinking the lines of be able to come in and charge if there's a base hit, be able to make a throw to the plate.
Meiser would be a tough guy to throw out at the plate. The 0-2 to Vlad. Owen outside. Would there be any reason, even though Hughes is a good fastball pitcher, to throw Vlad a fastball now?
No, that was a cut fastball there. If he's going to throw any type of fastball, it would be that cut fastball off the outside corner. Head of the count. But also when you try to guide a slider, that's the one you make a mistake with. That's what happened to Godin the last time against Vlad.
1-2 to Guerrero. And another delay. This will be playoff-like in the time of game category also. The games always take a long time. Every pitch is big. And this one is no different here, even though we're not in October yet.
Well, every one of these games since that start of that last road trip, that game in New York, one game, every game feels like a playoff. Boston down to Texas and back here against the Yankees.
You're right. Vlad lines one foul into the seats.
Well, he took a chance with a fastball. Vlad late on that swing, but able to foul it off.
One ball, two strikes. Goes down swinging on a pitch up around the letters, 2 down.
Boy, he challenged him with a high fastball. Let's take a look at our pitch by pitch. Cut fastball on the outside part of the plate. Fastball foul straight back. Slider again off the outside. Fastball that he was late on, then changed eye level, went upstairs on that cheese. Up and in, gets him with a 95-mile-an-hour fastball.
2 out, 2 on, and Torrey Hunter at the plate. Ball 1 to Torrey. 0 for 4 tonight. He would gladly accept 1 for 5 and his 1,500th career hit right here. One and one.
Boy, Phil Hughes is not holding back on that fastball. He's rearing back and letting it go. Youngster making that adjustment from a starter to an important guy out of the bullpen.
Torrey fouls it straight back, and he had a good swing, but fouled it back. 1 and 2.
Well, right now, if you're Torrey, you just think of shorten up your swing, because he's going to supply the power with that fastball.
Out. Hughes strikes out Vladdy and Hunter, but the Angels take advantage of an error to tie it in the 8th.
Robinson Cano unable to make the play against Howie. Then he steals second, and the throw by Posada gets into the outfield. Howie bounces back up, gets to third base. And then, of course, scores on the base hit by Meister. Scores to tie the game up at 5.
A 5-5 tie heading to the 9th. The Yankees led this game 5-0. Howie Kendrick has taken over at second base for the Angels, and Ryan Buddy is behind the plate. Brett Gardner up there leading off the ninth inning for New York. Jeter after Gardner, then Damon. And if anybody gets on, Teixeira. 1-1 to Gardner. Matt Palmer last year appeared in 3 games with the Giants. This year he's 10-1 with the Angels.
Important guy to keep off the bases here. Gardner, very, very good speed.
Hayes hit up the middle to lead off the top of the ninth for Gardner. And the Yankees have the top of their order coming up now.
Well, the Angels have done a good job so far tonight, except for just the one at bat against Derek Jeter in the first inning, getting him swinging a slider off the outside part of the plate. Then in the second, same pitch off the plate, swinging. Then in the 6th inning, breaking pitch that jammed him, gets a ground ball. The inside out swing by Jeter, not effective on that pitch.
Butcher goes to the mound before the Jeter at bat. We saw Derek lay down a sacrifice bunt in the game in New York. What about right now, Gooby?
Well, I think in this spot they're going to give Gardner a chance to steal a base. But Matt Palmer has a very quick move. One of the better moves out of a right-handed pitcher you're going to see. Between him and Jarrett Weaver, very quick first base.
And you have Buddy behind the plate. Darren Oliver in the Angel bullpen. This is the first time Buddy has played since coming up after the AAA season ended.
He's going to be challenged right away here.
Palmer has a good move, and he will hold the ball. He'll throw over there 3 or 4 times.
That was just the show me move for Matt Palmer. He's got a quick move.
A little quicker over there that time.
See, as a pitcher, right-handed pitcher, you have a couple different options. You can have that quick step throw over. Another one you hold the ball for a while and throw over. Another one you step off and throw over. So 3 different moves you can give to try to disrupt the flow for a base runner.
That's the 3rd throw over there. Gardner has 11 stolen bases. He's been caught twice. Jeter hasn't seen a pitch yet. And he still won't.
Well, that was a quick move that time. That was the A move. And Matt Palmer. Just barely got the hand in. Also, by all these pickoff moves, it allowed Darren Oliver to be ready to face the left-handed batting Johnny Damon on deck.
But you happen to have a guy at the plate, Derek Jeter. You better have full concentration on this guy.
He just has a few hits in his career. 200 now this season.
Palmer has thrown to first 4 times. Jeter has not seen a pitch yet. Gardner leads away. He wasn't going, and there's ball 1 to Jeter.
Well, he gave him a slide step there. Otherwise, he didn't lift his leg up to get normal throwing position. He just moved the leg forward. That way you're quicker to the plate.
Palmer back to first again.
It looked like he was going on that pitch. With Mike Socio, he's never afraid to put a pitch out on a 1-0 count.
You know, watching Buddy, it almost looked like the pitch out was on right there. He goes. The Angels pitch out in front of second. Safe. Well, the Angels were pitching out there 1-0, but Gardner gets it anyway.
But the execution by Matt Palmer was not there.
No.
See, the ball ran back out towards the plate. You want to make the throw where the catcher's going to catch the ball and get it out of his glove quickly. You want to throw it to the throwing side of his body, but he had to reach back and then come back and make the throw. Right call by Mike Scioscia, but Matt Palmer didn't execute it right there.
Now 2-0 to Jeter, who could get that go-ahead run to third with a bunt. But it's 3-0 to Derek.
Oh, and he kept the glove on Gardner. He was off the bag for a second. Should have been called out.
The Yankees in this series with runners in scoring position, just 1 for 12. 1 for 9 tonight.
Coach already put a take on 3-0 with Jeter.
And there's ball 4.
Taken all the way.
Scioscia's going to go to the bullpen before Johnny Damon bats. It's a 5-5 tie in the ninth. And a great game to go along with the music.
Nice comeback, too, by the Halos. And Darren Oliver coming into the game. 5-1 mark. Good ERA. 2.59. Position right now with Johnny Damon coming up. More than likely, the Yankees will put a bunt on here. Key to it in a pitcher in that spot is elevate the fastball. You can get a pop-up if it's up, but if it's down in the strike, so much easier pitch to be able to bunt.
Darren Oliver to face Johnny Damon now, first and second, nobody out in the top of the ninth. Damon has one single tonight. Figgins up on the grass at third. Kendry Morales playing in front of Jeter at first. And Damon's bunt. Now he pulled the bat back on ball 1. Damon's done pretty well against Darren Oliver in his career.
That's a lot of at-bats against him.
And the bunt goes foul. A little bit of an advantage for Damon, you would think, with that many at-bats. He's pretty much seen everything Oliver has.
One sacrifice bunt so far this season for Johnny Damon. Kirk Ibar trying to keep Gardner close. Gardner stole third base in that game in New York. In a similar situation here.
If they tried that, it would be very tough for Figgins to get back to that bag. Damon fouls another bunt. Strike two. One ball, two strikes to Johnny Damon.
Darren got it. Various looks back to second base. Now they're going to try to time it, try to steal third. Now that Johnny Damon has failed in his opportunity to be able to try to get the bunt down.
But with Teixeira on deck, they might not try it. Damon bunts with two strikes. Gets the bunt down, and Bunny's throw goes to first. So they gave Johnny Damon another shot at the sac bunt with two strikes, and he comes through. Second and third, one out.
Now if you're Mike Sosa, do you walk Teixeira to set up a double play ball with A-Rod? But it's played by Ryan Buddy. Johnny did a nice job. This time, the other time, his bat was tilting down. That's why you see the foul, but this way he squared up the bat, kept it straight.
So here's a situation where it dictates that you walk a batter to pitch to one of the most prolific home run hitters of all time with the bases loaded in a tie game in the ninth. How about that?
Just going with percentages, an opportunity. Talked about it earlier. A-Rod has hit into a number of double plays this year. So that's what you're thinking of line, of either strikeout or double play. A-Rod with 13 ground ball double plays he's hit into.
Bases loaded. One out, top of the ninth inning. And Oliver and Buddy talking over how to pitch to A-Rod right here. Quite a situation right here.
It's a great challenge for Darren Oliver. Been around a long time.
So has A-Rod, long enough to hit 17 grand slam home runs in his career. And he's also homered here tonight, and he homered last night. Oliver needs a ground ball. He'd take a strikeout too.
And your ideal play right here is a ground ball right back to you as a pitcher to see go home to first.
Gardner, great speed at third base for the Yankees. The pitch to A-Rod, lined into center field. Hunter will catch it. Here comes Gardner to the plate, and the throw is close, but he scores. And the Yankees get the lead on a sacrifice fly by A-Rod. 6-5 Yankees.
Boy, a pretty good pitch, but just a better piece of hitting by A-Rod. But Torrey did a nice job of charging. Strong throw to the plate. I mean, Gardner flies a lot closer than anticipated. He's able to slide, a hard slide, get by Ryan Buddy at home.
A-Rod's third RBI of the night. And you're not quite out of the woods yet. 2 out, still 2 men on. And Matsui at the plate. One and 0. Matsui has also hit a home run tonight and hit one last night. The ball rolls behind Buddy, but the runners stay where they are. Jeter holds on at second base.
The old adage is you don't want to make that third out at third base unless you know you got a good secondary lead. There's no reason to take that chance.
2-0 to Matsui. He hits a shot foul down the right field line. Hanging breaking ball to Matsui right there. The count 2-1. Two balls, one strike to Matsui. Swing and a miss. Oh, a big cut there.
They went fastball upstairs. But then Matsui's out in front of that breaking pitch and pulled a foul.
Meanwhile, Mariano Rivera gets ready in the Yankee bullpen. Two balls, two strikes to Matsui. Close pitch, ball three. The runners will be moving. Jeter's at second, Teixeira at first. Full count, 2 out. There's Posada waiting on deck. And Matsui strikes out swinging. The Yankees get a run in the top of the ninth. We head to the bottom of the ninth with Rivera coming in. 6-5 New York. We go to the bottom of the ninth inning in what has definitely felt like an amazing playoff game. 6-5 Yankees, bottom of the ninth. And there he is, Mariano Rivera, second all-time in saves. Mariano can still do it. He'll turn 40 in November.
And the amazing thing, all those saves he recorded throughout his career is basically from one pitch, a fastball. Fastball that sinks and a cut fastball. And we'll mix in a slider on occasion, but breaks more bats than anybody. Arguably the best postseason pitcher the game has ever seen.
He had 50 saves in a year in 2001.
He also is facing the first batter, Kenny Morales, who's had 4 outstanding at-bats tonight. Home run last night, 5 in a row.
I'd say that's a pretty good career earned run average in the playoffs.
Boy, amazing. And it's not like he hasn't had many appearances in the postseason either.
As you mentioned, you know, so many hitters are guess hitters. You don't have to guess what he's going to throw, so you know what he's going to throw. Why can't you hit it?
I think when you look at him, it's even more difficult for left-handers to get a good at bat. Left-handers hitting 176 against him. Right-handers 217. Not that that's much better, but it's that cut fastball in on lefties.
Kendry Morales is 4 for 4 tonight. 0-1.
And there it was. Sign of setting up inside, the cut fastball on the hands. Very difficult pitch to keep fair if you're a hitter. You're going to pull that foul or break your bat.
One ball, one strike to Morales. Most of the fans still here. 40,374 tonight. One and two to Kendry. Just over 40,000, and what a game they have seen. It really does whet your appetite for the playoffs, doesn't it?
Well-played game. The Yankees manufactured a run that last inning. Halos fought their way all the way back.
The Yankees were ahead 5-0 in this game. 2-2 to Morales.
Cut fastball after cut fastball, all 4 pitches. We also will try to cut that fastball and bring it back in the outside corner.
Bobby Abreu, Myers, Turris. And Kendry with a foul ball to stay alive. Juan Rivera on deck. Bottom of the 9th inning. And a full count to Morales. Angel fans hoping to see the leadoff man get on. Kendry fouls off another tough pitch.
And that might have been ball 4. When you're in protect mode, you want to be the guy to get that base hit. Another cut fastball out of the zone. Still staying alive.
Here comes the 8th pitch of the at-bat. Ball 4. The leadoff man is on for the Angels. Close pitch.
C.B. Buckner has not been given that pitch on the outside corner against lefties throughout this ball game, and Rivera thought he executed a perfect pitch.
I would say Rivera has gotten that pitch at times in his career.
Yeah,
like a lot of times.
And we got a pinch runner now for Kendry. Reggie Willits.
Juan Rivera at the plate. Reggie Willits now on base. Juan is 1 for 4 tonight. And Rivera gets Willits to step back on the bag. These teams have to come back here tomorrow and play a day game. To Rivera.
Thing is, most closers aren't particularly quick to the plate. But with Rivera on the hill, that There's only been 2 stolen bases against him, so he is pretty quick. Plus he has a solid pickoff move. Fields his position very well.
Reggie Willits, the pinch runner at first base. Strike into Juan.
Boy, that is such a tough pitch to a cut fastball in and a right-handed batter to be able to catch that corner. Juan really had nothing he could do on that pitch other than to take it.
1 ball, 1 strike to Juan Rivera. Strike 2 to Juan.
Boy, threw that same exact pitch again, that cut fastball on the inside part. This time it was elevated.
Would Scioscia gamble with Willits at first?
Reggie's getting a pretty good sized lead, but Rivera's holding the ball very well on the mound. Difficult to get momentum to try to steal this base.
One and 2 to Juan Rivera. And Mariano drives Willits back again. One ball, 2 strikes. Two and 2. There probably aren't too many situations Mariano's not been in out there.
And you can see what he's trying to do against Juan Rivera. He's trying to stay fastball in. That was a true 2-seam fastball in, showing a number of cut fastballs in also.
And Juan might have gotten the pitch right there. He thought he should handle and fouled it straight back.
Right-handed batters have hit more home runs against Rivera than lefties. He's given up 7 homers on the year, 4 by right-handed batters.
2 and 2 to Juan Rivera. Mariano Rivera walked the leadoff hitter here in the bottom of the 9th.
That's the fastball on the outside corner here.
There goes Willits. Swing and a miss. Throw to second base. Double play. Scioscia threw the dice, and it didn't work.
So not only was that a perfect pitch for Rivera, but he throws on the outside corner to give Posada a better chance to be able to catch and throw. That was a perfect throw. So if that's a fastball on the inside part, it played a more difficult pitch to be able to throw if you're Posada, but they went to fastball on the outside corner, catches and throws. Double play.
The Angels down to their last out now. Eric Ibar at the plate. And a ground ball to Robbie Cano at second base. And we'll do it. A heavyweight fight goes the distance tonight, and the Yankees come away with a 6-5 win over the Angels. This was quite a ball game.
Boy, it was, but the sacrifice fly by A-Rod got that go-ahead run. Had an opportunity there with a great at-bat.